Dan Illman, Mike Beer, stakes action at Santa Anita on Sunday. Race number 7 is for 2-year-old filly sprinters. They're going 3/4 of a mile. It's the $75,000 Anoakia Stakes, and our coverage is brought to you by our very good friends at Best of Luck Farm, Thoroughbred's finest full-service championship farm from mares to training. Join Best of Luck Farm, where champions are made. Here's the field for the feature race at Santa Anita on Sunday. 2-1 on the morning line for the number 1, She Dares the Devil. She's already graded stakes placed this year. The 2, Pure Zena, drops out of the Del Mar debutante. The 4, Luca Thea, drops out of a couple of grade 1 races and is going to need a turnaround in form. Let's throw up the Timeform US pace projector. Luca Thea, the number 4, would really appreciate this kind of situation, Mike. No hot pace to deal with. No horses like Bass to deal with. Maybe the jockey stays on this time around, and maybe she gets an easy lead.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what she does. She looks so dangerous, because you have excuses for her last 2 races, and once you get past them, you have a maiden win by the length of the stretch with a 91 by.
And she showed gigantic early speed that day. She is likely to make the front over the 2, Pure Zena, and the 6, Eclair. The number 1 is She Dares the Devil, and she's yet another really good 2-year-old filly trained by Simon Callahan. 2 starts back in the Grade 2 Sorrento, she faced Callahan's Amalfi Sunrise, who, if she didn't get hurt, would have to be considered one of the top 3 juvenile fillies in the country. And I thought she ran just fine that day. She took a little bobble in the start. She raced in behind horses. She tried to follow Amalfi Sunrise onto the turn, and she ran an okay third. They tried turf last time out. I don't think that's her game. She's cutting back, getting blinkers. I think in many ways she's the one to beat.
Yeah, I can't disagree with any of that. We'll see what happens, with the horse who's projected to be on the lead here, because that horse sort of could claim to be the favorite too. But this horse has run fine in her 2 dirt starts. Her maiden win at Churchill, I thought, was a nice effort. I wasn't, blown away by it, but I thought she ran well there, and she was just never going to win the Sorrento.
Another horse getting blinkers for the first time, right next door, the number 2, Pure Zena. She won very easily in her debut at Del Mar, and she got a figure of 78. It was good enough for the connections to try the Del Mar debutante. She's no match for Bast, who is going to be the favorite in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. Blinkers on here, a much easier spot, and if Luca Thea just isn't the kind of horse that we saw in that maiden race, she might take things over turning into the stretch.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. This horse's debut was a really nice performance, and she got a figure for it, too.
The 3 is Buyer's Remorse, and she's a maiden in this stakes race, but I thought she ran okay sprinting at Del Mar in her career debut. She was a big price. She ran to an okay one in Stellar Sound, and she just got beaten. They threw her to the wolves last time out. Just draw a line through the 2-turn Chandelier. The question is she going to be out-sprinted turning back to this sprint in a race where there might not be a lot of pace?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's obviously a little class relief for her based on her last race, but, her debut I thought was okay, Dan. I mean, she really tried in that race. I thought it was okay. I just, wish they would give her another run in a maiden race.
We talked about Luca Thea, who just destroyed her foes in that 62.5 maiden claimer, 3 starts back. Never gave him a chance. Broke 3 on front and just kept extending. Del Mar debutante, big pace duel. Chandelier lost the rider. If she gets to the front in here, she could be very tough to catch. And a lot of folks might say 5-2 is a very fair price. She was 4-1 against Bast in the Del Mar debutante.
Yeah, true enough. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what she does, because once you get past those other 2 races, the last 2 races, you have the big win to go back to. It's weird, though, because she's still a one-hit wonder at this point, so I don't know what you're going to get.
Bella Ranella scored last time out in slow time at Los Alamitos. We're going to watch that race right now. She is on the outside. She's going to eventually grind down this field to the tune of a 51 Buyer speed figure. Listen, she's a big price in this race. She probably needs a pace collapse and a lot of horses perhaps just to underperform.
Yeah, she probably does. I mean, I'm happy to see her get this win right here. She needed it. Her first 2 starts, she felt like a horse who really needed some racing to get going. And she just keeps improving with every race, but she has to improve again.
Bob Baffert perhaps flying under the radar in this race with the number 6, Eclair. This horse was bet to odds on in her career debut, and she caught an okay filly. That Lazy Daisy's not bad. I was surprised Bob tried turf with her second time out, especially considering her pedigree. We know the Bernardinis on top don't like turf. There is a lot of turf on the bottom of the pedigree. Let's go back to her win last time out at Los Al. She caught the right field, Mike, but let's take her home. She's still in chase mode.
Yeah, she did catch the right field there. That's a good point. I just thought this was pretty much a 180 turnaround from her career debut, Dan, because in her debut, she had a lot of speed, but she looked really green to me, and she just sort of gave that race up once she was challenged. This time, she showed speed again, but they were content to take her back and just let her sit. She actually wins this race comfortably at the end. It's not a fast race, but I think it was a big improvement off her debut.
Really nice outside post position, I think, for an attack. Luca Thea probably going to the front, Pure Zena sitting second. I see no reason why this horse can't sit third in a great spot, ready to pounce when the real racing begins. And she's your top selection as we take a look at our picks for the feature at Santa Anita on Sunday. I like She Dares the Devil, Sorrento. I'm trusting Simon Callahan with the blinkers on. I think she'll be sitting in the second flight along with your horse, and we'll try to run the speeds down.
Yeah, we'll see if we can do it here. Yeah, I'm just going to give Eclair another chance here. I do think she really improved last time. I'm just hoping she sits and gets the same kind of trip.
Mike's going Eclair. I'm going She Dares the Devil. Race number 7 at Santa Anita, your feature on Sunday. Approximate post time 3:47 Pacific. Good luck.